Good morning, Flosstube. It's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. This is just going to be a short update because I've only got about 30 minutes before I need to leave for work. I'm filming this in the morning before work today because I hope to go to the gym after work. So I probably won't have time to film, and then this just gets pushed till it's 3 months later and I'm coming back. So yeah, that's why I am filming right now. This is not going to be a long video, mainly because I didn't stitch much last week. I finished my organization project, so everything's now put away, which means I should have more stitching time this week, hopefully. And yeah, finished the organization, and then I did another thing that I'll talk about in a little bit. So to start off, let me just show you what I did. I worked on 4 projects. The first one is I did a little bit of progress on Portrait of Veronica. Not very much. I only got in about 160 stitches. I worked, this is the right way. I worked some more black over here in her bustle, so from here down is what I've done. My goal for this piece is 500 stitches this month, so I hope to get that other 340 today, or maybe in the next 2 days if I can't get it all done today. So I've been debating whether I was going to do all the rest of the black and then fill in the colors, but I think I'm starting to feel the need to add more color. So after I finish, sorry about that, after I finish the black and the bustle, I'm going to start filling in all the colors in the bustle. Next, I worked on my lavender and lace summer, Celtic summer. And my goal for this month was to put in about 1,000 stitches. And I'm at the halfway point. But I think I made some really good progress on this one. So that's where I'm at. And what I did is I did this line right here, and then all of this. So this week I hope to finish this down to the end and get my remaining 500 stitches in, so maybe start the bigger motifs on the other side. This one over. Then we have the next 2 are the goals that I had for my Country Cottage Needleworks. I worked on 2 cottages. So this is the first one, September, and my goal was 1,000 stitches on this one in this month, and I got that by stitching all of that. So I don't know if you'll recall from the last video, all I had stitched was the windows. I think just the outlines of the windows too. So I filled them all in, and I filled in this, and look at that cute, like, it's so much better in person than in this mock-up, I think. But so that's September Cottage. And that's one of my Year of WIPS pieces. I wanted to finish all of the cottages, so. And then my goal was 500 stitches on October. There was a couple of sals that said things about pumpkins, and so I think those are pumpkins. They also kind of look like peaches, but I'm going to say they're pumpkins. I might not stitch that green that's on top of them. Anyways, so 500 and holding that the wrong way. And so basically I did the windows, and then it's hard to see, but I did do this side of the building. It's almost the same color as the fabric, so it's a little hard to see. But so I reached my goals on the Cottages of the Month series, and those are the 4 pieces I worked on this past week. Next, I want to show you a little bit of haul that I have. I don't do a lot of haul because I don't, I mean, just budget reasons and stuff like that, and I don't need more things, and I need to finish some things, but I needed to order the rest of the Christmas ornaments that I'm doing for my family, the Mill Hill ones. I still need to order one more, I think. 1, 2, 3 Stitch was out of stock, so I wasn't able to order it, and it's for my nephew who's gonna be 3 in December, so that one, I really want to do that one. So it's a little train, the little train Mill Hill kit, and he's obsessed with trains. It's so cute. They live in Germany, my sister and her husband, and so they ride the trains a lot, and he's just, my sister will send videos, and it's really cute. But, okay, so first up, actually, is I ordered a new tacky bob so that I can have one that's just with my Mill Hill projects, and I have the other one free for my other projects that call for beads. So, I ordered a Christmas one, and I was a little disappointed because I was hoping for something, I don't know, more like the cover picture. This just says Merry Christmas all over the thing, and I mean, it's nice. It's very Christmassy, and that is a gorgeous green, and I love green. So that is nice, but yeah, I'm excited to have it because it'll be nice to have a designated Mill Hill kit tacky bob. Okay, so first up, I told you guys in the last video about that used Mill Hill kit. So I ordered a new one, and I asked my sister who's getting it, like, what one do you want me to give you first? And so she said the Nutcracker. So, oh, he's so cute. So that's the first one she'll be getting. Then my aunt really loves Hocus Pocus. So she's going to get, over the next 3 years, the Hocus Pocus witches. So the first one I'm doing for her is Miranda. My sister in Germany liked the Arctic Circle Santas. So the first one she's getting is Nunavut Santa. I might have pronounced that really badly. So there's that one. My grandpa loves cardinals. Actually, it was my grandma who loved them. She passed away a while ago, but now he collects cardinals and stuff. So, and I'm going to make this one as a magnet. I think they even gave you the magnet, or if not, I'm going to still make it a magnet because I think it would be more practical for him to have it on the fridge, and then he'd probably keep it up year long. So, for my sister with my nephew, she's also the one that's getting the Nunavut Santa or whatever. I'm going to make this for them, for their family, because I think that, I mean, it suits a little kid, and it's very festive looking. And then for my sister Alex, I already finished hers, but she does ice skating, and so this probably won't be for Christmas, but maybe for her birthday or just a just because present. I'm going to stitch for her the ice skates. So that's my haul. Put that aside. Now I want to talk to you about what I was doing instead of stitching this past weekend. So I spent all of Saturday, about 12 hours, finishing my reorganization project. And on Sunday, I decided to finally bite the bullet and to follow Vanna's tutorial to make a project bag. Well, I didn't make one, I made 3. And here they are. This is the first one. And I don't really care about directionality of material. I know it's supposed to be like this, but I don't mind that they're on their side. And this is the coordinating fabric I chose. And I really love these. It already has a project in there. I'm kind of obsessed right now, guys. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Here's a Halloween one. Look at those witches' hats. I love that. And then this is the cord. Oh, I put 3 Velcro strips on this one. Look at those. So cheerful. And what I put inside this Halloween one is my Halloween project for Halloween year long. So I figured I won't forget what's in that project bag because it'll be Halloween related. And when I finish that one, I'll put it in the next Halloween related project. And then the last one is a Christmas one for the same reason. And it's these little snowflakes inside. So, because I got super obsessed with that, yesterday after work, I went to Joann's because I had a 50% off one regular priced item, and then I also had an additional 20% off your entire purchase, including sales item coupon. So, I bought 3 more yards of the fusible fleece, and that was regular price, which I was actually happy about because that meant I could use my 50% off coupon. So 3 yards will make 9 project bags. And so while their Quilter Showcase fabric was actually on sale for $3 a yard. And you just need half yards for the project bags. So with that and the 20% off, I was able to get 18 pieces of half yards for $1.20 a piece, and I had a $20 gift card from work. So I basically walked away with a steal, in my opinion. So I want to show you real quick the upcoming project bags. What I want, now that I'm obsessed with this, is to have a project bag for each of my Year of WIPS pieces. So that's 15 in total. It's actually going to end up probably being 17 because, well, 16, because I forgot about my focus. Sorry, so 18. Because the Christmas and the Halloween ones aren't Year of WIP projects, but I like that I have a designated Christmas and a designated Halloween. But anyways, so here we go. We have this one that I'm going to match with this. This one. I'm not sure if this is going to be inside or outside because I really like this piece. I'm not positive yet about that. I'll make some decisions later. This piece that's going to have this as the inside. I really like this one. This one that's going to have this as the coordinating. I mean, you can see that this is all from the same line, but I don't care. This with this. And I'm not sure which one's going to be the outside or the inside. This one's actually my preferred one, but that might be more of an inside fabric, so. This one that I'm matching with this. Oh, this one I'm going to put my patriotic theme project, which since one of my year of WIPS goals is to do that Clouds Factory U.S. President's one, so this one's going to go with that one. So it's this. It's red, white, and blue, and this is what I'm going to put inside. Then we have this one, and I'm matching it with this on the inside. And then this one that I'm going to match with this on the inside. And those are the 9 upcoming project bags. I'm not in any kind of rush with that, but since I got hit by the bug, you might see a lot of them coming in the future. Now really quick, I want to talk about my week plans, my plans for the week. So I wrote down in my bullet journal my weekly goals over here. And so I want to fully finish the Angelina. I'm not even going to take her out of this Ziploc bag that she's in, because I didn't work on her this week. I was so bad. So naughty. I want to fully finish her, finish the cross stitching, finish the beading, because I need to get a move on these Mill Hill presents. Otherwise, they're not going to get finished. Then I want to start my sister's ornament this week. The one I'm going to work on next will be that Nunavut Santa. It has big blocks of color, so hopefully that will go faster. The problem I'm finding with the perforated paper and stitching on that is it cramps up my hand a little bit sometimes when I hold it, and so that's why I don't work on it as much as I should. Then I want to stitch on Molly, the green conversion of red. She's on my stand right now, so I didn't bring her over. I need to stitch on a seasonal piece, so I hope to finish the 500 on the autumn Celtic, no, sorry, summer Celtic lady. I want to finish the 500 on Portrait of Veronica that I showed you earlier, and then Christmas Carol, this one. My goal for this one is just 100 stitches. And this one I'm doing extreme cross country, but because I'm only doing 100 stitches for my monthly goal, I think I'm just going to work on these parked threads to try to get 100, as opposed to like putting this on my stand. I mean, the setup for that will take way longer than it's worth for 100 stitches. Now I want to talk real briefly about going to the gym. Woohoo! Not woohoo, but my company provided us with gym membership last year, and then they took it away because we weren't going enough. And I'll admit, I was a part of that. They gave us a requirement of 10 visits per quarter, so that averaged out to about 3 visits a month. In most quarters, I saved it for the last month. So to incentivize myself to go to the gym more, I have decided that for every day I go to the gym, I can stitch for an hour before I start my weekend chores. So I usually spend a lot of Saturdays cleaning up around my apartment, doing the vacuuming, the mopping, all those things I let slide. But, yeah, so that's my plan. And what I want to do is work on a piece that I'm only allowed to work on as a reward for gym membership. So I've decided Carolyn Manning is going to be that rewards projects. Because I don't have her in my year of WIPS and I'm obsessed with her designs. So the first one I'm going to work on is a Sal. She's running right now. Deck the Halls Stitch Along. And it's just a really small design. There's going to be 5 ornaments hanging out, and there's this. I mean, it's, let me see. The stitch count is 100 across by 62 down. So it's a very small design. And I'm going to use this fabric I got in Stitchy Box. I think it will look really nice on this. It's smoky white, vintage smoky white from Wishult. This is a 32 count, so it should fit just fine on here. And so on Saturday, I'm hoping to have several hours because I went to the gym. Well, I haven't been yet. That's part of why I have to force myself to go this afternoon. And then the other thing I'm going to do is while at the gym, one of my goals that I've never been able to reach lately is to spend 30 minutes reading, like actually reading. I listen to audiobooks a lot, but I don't actually read with my eyes. I would say a physical book, but I've got my Kindle here, so. So what I want to do is have a designated book that I spend the time reading at the gym. And so an ad popped up on my Kindle for this series, and it's called Alex in Wonderland. And I used to be in Weight Watchers, and I very briefly went over the 200 mark, like 205. So, I mean, I was barely there, but it was like a huge wake-up call, like, what are you doing? And I remember just how we talked about Wonderland. Like, we made it to Wonderland when you're in the 100s. And so it is one like that. And I don't know if I'm going to like this series. It's available on Kindle Unlimited, which is $9.99. You get to take out like 10 books at a time, and you can have them as long as you want. And so I am subscribed to that. So I need to take more advantage of it, which is why I need to read. Anyway, so this whole series is on there. There's like 6 or 7. And it is a bit hard for me to read while I'm on the elliptical. But I crank up the font to be pretty high. And I just wanted to read this little author's note that I read yesterday. It says, "Dear reader, these books are written for every woman out there who has struggled with their weight, self-esteem, and any number of issues that we all face as we work to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be. They are meant to be lighthearted and fun, but I do hope that they will inspire you to really live your life to the fullest, loving yourself completely as you do so." And I think that's really an inspirational message, and something that would be good to read while working out at the gym. So the other reason I was drawn to this is my youngest sister. Her name's Alex. So yeah. So I'm really hoping to enjoy the series. Otherwise, I'll just pick something else, or I'll watch Flosstube or whatever. And I hope to make it to the gym more often. Really quick, I have a tag that I want to do, and I've been watching McKenna from Every Stitch Counts, her videos going back to the beginning. I like to do that. I'll just pick one channel, so I'll try to stay caught up on all the channels I'm caught up on, and then I'll pick one channel and I'll watch from the beginning till I'm caught up. So I'm caught up on like Dina from Half Stitch, or Pam from Pam's Crafting Corner, or I mean there's several of them, and then I try to do that with the Floobies, so that as their videos come out, I'm not like having to play a catch-up game. And I know it shouldn't matter to be caught up, but I like to see the projects you guys worked on before I discovered your channels. And so, it's not something I do like in order of which channel I prefer the most. So I don't want anyone to be offended. It's just sometimes, like, McKenna's videos are shorter. So when I chose her channel, I only had time for about a 15-minute video. And so her videos are usually under 30 minutes, or at least the earlier ones are. So anyways, so on her Flosstube number 4, she had a tag. And so I printed it out here, and I'm just going to do this really fast before I have to go to work. Okay, so number 1, my favorite DMC color. I'm not sure this is 100% my favorite DMC color, but I did choose DMC 909. I love green. It's my favorite color, and this is probably one of my favorite shades of green. I'm not sure if that's really showing up as true to the color as it is, but it's so beautiful. So if you have a 909 near you, I think I also like 901. I think I was working with that the other day. I don't know. Number 2, least favorite DMC color. That's probably white, and that's because I stitch on white a lot, but also white gets dirty a lot, and so it's just a pain in the butt to work with. Over or under when it comes to toilet paper hanging on the roll. I used to think that it didn't matter until one time I accidentally loaded it backwards from what I prefer. And that's when I realized it was a big deal. And I am an over person, because when I had it under, I kept like hitting my knuckles on the wall where it was hanging, and I did not like that. So I'm an over person, and now I always make sure it's over. When do you cross stitch for other people? If not, why? Bad past experience. I cross stitch mainly for my family, because I do know that they really do appreciate what I do, and they badger me for their projects, so I assume they like them. And it is something that you put a lot of effort and time in, and so I feel like you have to really love the person that you're doing it for. I've cross-stitched for my boyfriend, and I have a project I want to do for my best friend. And these are people that I think would appreciate the time and effort, but unless I love you a lot, you're probably not going to get it, because it's a lot of work, and I want to work on what I want to work on. So if I'm constantly stitching for other people, I don't get to do anything I want to do. And okay, one thing I was noticing when I was doing my my reorganization project, I don't have any of my cross stitches up on the wall. And that's because I think this is the only finished one that I have. So it's not like I even have a pile somewhere that I can go and get something framed. So part of what I really want, like, I'm looking around at my empty walls. Like, I mean, you guys can see behind me. Most of my walls look like that, pretty empty. So I want to put some things up, and so I need to finish some things for myself. So I want to do that this year. Stomach or back sleeper? I'm a side sleeper, and that wasn't one of the options, but I'm a side sleeper. If I'm going to go one or the other, I'll go more stomach. So, but I have this system where I like to curl the edge of my blankets up in one arm and rest my head on that. I mean, I've ruined the corners of blankets doing that, because I don't know, I find it very comforting. Does anyone tease, poke fun of you for cross-stitching? My boyfriend a little bit, in a teasing manner. He says I'm an old soul. But, like, strangers that I see are always really interested, and My friends are pretty supportive. I have one friend who's moving next month, and she's like, well, you can just bring your cross-stitching and hang out with me while I'm putting stuff away in the apartment. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So my friends are really supportive. And so is my family. They think I have too many projects, but they're supportive. Is there a subject, theme, or topic you have yet to find? Okay, I'm not sure about subject, theme, but, okay, so in the 5-hour version of Pride and Prejudice, there's this point where Elizabeth turns around after they've left and Pemberley, and she ran into Mr. Darcy, and she's starting to fall in love with him, and she turns around, and there's this shot of Pemberley. Now, I do have a cross-stitch of Lime Park, I think that's how you say it, which is where it's shot, but it's nothing like that image. And I did try to pick to pat that image, and it's just not the same. I mean, I think it would need, like, Michelle from Heaven and Earth Designs, color expansion, supersized deluxe edition, but I have always wanted to cross-stitch that image. Like, if you've watched the movie, you know what I'm talking about, because it pauses there for a good, like, 3 to 5 seconds, and you're just staring at this gorgeous house with the water, and yeah, I've always wanted to cross-stitch that. Favorite needle minder. I don't have a lot of needle minders. I'm not really a needle minder collection. I have most of the ones from Frosted Pumpkins, but other than that, I think I just have 2 needle minders. One was a gift, and this is one I made myself, and so this is my favorite one. I didn't even bother to take off this part over here, but it says slay your own dragons, and I think that's a very inspirational and good message. So I like to have that by my cross stitches. And I actually keep my needle minders more on my my Light by my stitching, and then I have a lot of needles on there. But that's how I tend to use needle minders more. Best cross-stitch deal you came across. For example, an out-of-print pattern or stash of skeins. I don't really know that I've had a great deal. I just don't think I have. You know, I use those 60% off coupons that you sometimes get at Joann's, and so that might be my best deal on some fabric, but I don't have any of those, like, thrift store finds or anything like that. One fun fact about you not related to cross-stitching. I thought of something yesterday, and now I don't remember what I was thinking. Oh. I don't know. I lived half my life in Africa. I don't know. I'll think of something better, and I'll try to remember it for next week. But yeah. So I'm gonna be running a little bit late to work if I don't get this gone now. So have a great rest of your day, guys, and keep on stitching. I'm enjoying all your videos. I've been watching so much Flosstube, and it's all great. So keep stitching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.